Hey guys, it's Lynk Plays Games. Welcome back to my channel. So I have a bit of a different type of video that I'm uploading for you guys today. I wanted to take a moment and talk to you guys about something super important I've been working on. But first, did you know I have a Redbubble account? That is where you can find all my merch. It's got not only all this art that is popping up on the screen, but some fan art I've made and some other cool designs. And I'm fixing to take you a little bit behind the scenes of this little project I've been working on. For those who don't know, not too long ago, I was diagnosed with POTS. Before that, I was diagnosed with ADHD, anxiety, GERD, just to name a few of my invisible illnesses. And whether they are chronic or, whatever, these illnesses are things that people can't see. So I decided to use my creative abilities and put them to good use, and decided, let's make these invisible illnesses more visible. Because yeah, sure, we could go on Amazon and buy shirts that, laugh about anxiety and ADHD or POTS and whatnot, but what about the illnesses that don't have as much recognition? I bet a lot of you don't know anything about EOE or Addison's disease. Sure, we hear things like endometriosis, PCOS, Crohn's disease. What about IBD versus IBS? What's the difference in that? There's a huge, huge difference, and I wouldn't have known that without the research I've done. And most people don't take the time to look up these things because it doesn't affect them. It doesn't affect their loved ones. And even then, people don't even look up the things that hurt their loved ones on a daily basis. And that truly makes me sad. When I found out my mom had COPD when I was in high school, one of the first things I did was look it up. I remember staying up late one night before school the next day, and I researched COPD and emphysema, and my heart broke. And all that I found online was saying that it's an illness that will affect her and her lungs till the day she takes her last breath. It will only get worse. It cannot be reversed. It cannot get better. There will be good days and there will be bad days. But at the end of the day, she will always have COPD and emphysema from this point forward. That's scary to read as a teenager. I used what I had learned to find ways to help my mom. Going all the way to the point of, I found all these COPD exercise videos, and me and her would sit in the kitchen and we would do those exercises. And if she was having a bad day and she couldn't do them on her own, I would help her. And I'd know she's gonna strangle me for saying this to you guys. Because my mom's a very tough person. She is very strong, and she has made her children just as strong as she is. Admitting weaknesses and asking for help or allowing others to help isn't mine and my family's strong suit, but it's something my mom had to learn. It's something I'm having to learn. For a lot of my life, people looked at me like I was lazy, unmotivated, and that was very much far from true. I had the ideas to do things. I had the plans to do things. But when it came to actually doing them, I struggled. I'd be in the middle of doing something and I'd start to feel very dizzy and lightheaded, and like my heart was racing and I could hear my own heartbeat. And I would try to explain it to somebody desperately. And they were like, you're 22 years old, you're healthy, you're 23, 24, 25. You have no reason to be this lazy. You have no good excuses. And so on and so forth. And it really bugged me, and I would go to the doctor and I would explain the problems, and the doctor would just ignore it and say, well, you're young, you're healthy, your blood work shows you're fine. And come to find out, I had POTS all along, and that is why I'm making these designs, to make these invisible illnesses more visible. I'm not demanding, go to Redbubble and buy up my designs, but if you have a loved one who deals with these, please do go to Redbubble and share these designs with them. Maybe it can make them smile a little bit and make them feel less alone. But I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys!